Good evening. We are having, well, six, I thought, but right now there's five here. And this is your meeting after I close off. This is your meeting and you're your chair. Okay, so this is Commissioner Fowler.
Good evening.
I'm Commissioner Betty Johnson. I'm from District 1. You're 3.
Great.
And
Commissioner Shore.
And you 2, Bill Shorey. So would you mind going around and introducing yourselves while we're still open here?
I'm Robin Tarantino, Lincolnville, District 1.
I'm Bob Carrick, Palermo, District 3.
Mary Higgins, Winterport, District 2, right?
Yeah.
Elizabeth Lenhar, Stockton Springs, District 2.
Mary Mortier, Belfast, District 1.
And this is our clerk, Barbara Arsenault. I think everybody pretty well knows who she is. We have Zoom. We're on Zoom. It is going to be recorded. Okay. When we didn't do Zoom, we had a recording anyway too. So we always had the minutes were recorded, and it helps taking minutes and that type of thing, get the figures correct. So this, as long as you want it to be, and maybe that's a decision you can make when you have your own meeting, to continue to do the recording of the Zoom. Okay, so at this time then, I'm gonna turn it over. Oh, did you want to say a few things first before?
I've lost my agenda, so I'm irresponsible. I don't even know where it went. So,
Budget process overview.
oh, okay. New people. I'm just trying to think. Elizabeth, that's it.
That's one new one, right?
Okay, you're in with a great group. Usually our first meeting, as Commissioner Johnson said tonight, is you will select for yourselves your chair. And any questions, we tried to make sure you got the budgets out so that you had time to look at them and go over them throughout the evening. If you have any questions, ask. And we also have some points and information to give you that's come in since then.
But this is your meeting, okay? This was you. We no longer are running the meeting, okay? So, anybody have any question before we can answer? No, we'll answer you. If you have questions, I'm just teasing. Okay, oh yeah.
So tonight, this is what we're basically gonna do. We've done the budget overview.
Right.
And then we're gonna do the election of a chairperson, discuss the vacancies. And then schedule our future.
Right, you
basically.
set up
And then
your
that would
schedule.
that's just what we're doing today.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And then,
Yeah.
so, okay, so with no chair. Then how are we gonna do that?
Well, then
You're
we-
gonna- That's gonna be
That's why
right
right now.
So, and I'll open it up for nominations for
That's-
chair.
Okay, that's the part I was wondering.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that Bob Currick be elected as the chair.
Second.
And you do not need seconds.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
For nominations, okay?
Well, I said,
Are there any other nominations?
Thanks, Mary.
You did such a good job last time.
Okay, seeing none, all in favor of Bob being your chair? Okay, great, unanimous. Okay, Bob.
All right,
yours.
great. I think we have to discuss the vacancies that we have. And I know one vacancy was created when Jeff Trapton got elected, but he got elected by a flip of the coin, and I'm wondering if we have a requirement that we have to replace him from the same town. Does he have to be replaced from Thorndike, or can we replace him with the person that got the same number of votes that he got?
Well, here's where it's tricky, and Barb's got all the statutes, but my first thought was generally, when somebody sits on a budget committee and either vacates their seat or loses their seat and there's time left, it stays within that town unless they don't want to fill it. But technically Jeff was elected, but he never sat on the committee. So he wasn't actually, do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm just, so I don't know. And then the other gentleman that, because it was a time we
Right.
flipped a coin. I can't believe you guys know we flipped a coin.
Well, you wrote it,
Did we?
yeah.
So the statutes are in there. I know historically in the past, because you all know that people don't just pound down the door and say, please,
Right.
I want to be on the budget committee. Okay, most of you feel as though you're serving a penance at this point. So I know historically in the past, it was the budget committee's game. Like Commissioner Johnson said, it was up to you folks to either nominate or bring somebody in.
Right, and actually, I mean, Robert, correct me if I'm wrong. There's nobody that is from Thorndike. Elected by their select board.
Right,
Then it could be any town in the District 3. Okay,
Yeah.
and we have the same situation with District 1.
okay, so can we reach out to, I think it was Doug, is it Doug from Searsmont?
Waldo.
No, it was a gentleman from Montville.
That's right,
I don't recall his name, but
Doug
no, I
Thomas.
do. Doug. Yes, yeah, because it was a Senator Thomas in Augusta that I worked with for years, Doug Thomas. And I asked him if, anyway,
Yeah, there's no reason why you can't reach out. It would be ideal to have 9 members.
it would be.
It works out better and more, the whole county then is better represented.
Sure.
But
It does say that, it does say the person appointed to fill the vacant office for that unexpired term must be a municipal officer from the same municipality. But if that office declines to send a new member, so I think, I'm always a stickler for things. You all can do what you see fit. I think if someone just reached out to find out if they are willing or not. If you hear.
If Thorndike has a
yeah.
replacement.
Right.
Yeah, if they wanna put
Nothing-
somebody in.
we've heard
and then
nothing from
you
them at
try
this
to
point.
get,
Yeah.
that select board has to elect them to be on the board.
And if they say no one's interested, they've declined.
But there's
Yeah.
no reason really that you can't reach out to other selectmen.
Okay,
On the different towns in
Robin?
the districts.
We have the same issue with Waldo because the current person wasn't reelected to his select seat, right? So the town of Waldo also gets first crack
Right.
at appointing.
And kind of, a lot of that's already been, I know, there's even been people who are not really close to related to their town select board or, town government, wanting to see that all the places were filled on the budget committee. They actually were asking select board members to come forward and so there is a process, but I think also you're the only new one, so I think that your experience and that type of thing.
wondering how you got on here, didn't
Make
you?
make it with
I
a
think
smile.
Wesley's new too.
What's
I
that?
think Wesley is new too.
He
Wesley
is,
Norton,
correct.
yeah.
Okay,
he is.
yeah.
Yeah, he replaced Linda.
So anyway, that answers your question enough, you think?
Yes, I'm just confused. So whose job is it to reach out to the select boards of Waldo and
The
Thorndike?
chair. Make everything his problem now.
This is the
Sorry
third,
about
Carrie,
the committee.
Barb, I'm gonna speak on an email that we received last week. So I think his name is Herb, Herb
Yeah,
from
Herb.
Waldo.
Right.
Pardon. Her pardon.
Yes,
Herb.
he did reach out and he did express interest in taking on Waldo's seat for the budget committee.
And he was a past member.
yeah, he was on before. Yep.
We did not reply because we felt that it was the budget committee's responsibility, sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
He's
Karen.
nominated.
But look, very good. All you have to do is
So do we have his name?
Her pardon, HARNDEN.
I think so,
Yeah.
yes.
MD. So all we have to do is tell him. We just have to,
Yeah.
can you forward the email to?
Bob, do you want his number?
Do I want to what?
His phone number.
Yes.
His home number is 342-2705.
Okay.
His cell phone number is 557-9330.
Okay.
Because I have all the old budgets back here.
Oh,
And he was on in 20.
Okay, now do we have Doug's, do we have, well, I guess I can call the town of Montville.
Yes. Second line. Montville?
Did you want to
Yeah.
check with Thorndike?
You gotta check with Thorndike first, Bob.
First.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I can get the numbers off the internet. So I will, we'll call on those and I'll let the budget committee know. And you guys know what happens from my,
Carrie, we have
From
an
my telephone
MMA
calls.
manual in the other room. We could probably get that number for Bob before he leaves.
Look right at the ballots too,
Oh, yeah.
pull up the ballot, do you know where they are?
Yeah, were there phone numbers on the ballot? Is that? what
I'm
you're
wondering if there was phone numbers on, oh, I bet there
No,
wasn't.
if-
No, but
But it would be in the
I have the
MMA.
town office phone number, so at the very
Yeah.
least, we can put you in touch with the town office.
okay, good.
With Thorndike, I'm happy to do that for you right after.
The phone number for Thorndike is 68365,
I forgot.
Say again,
68365.
Wow.
3655,
Okay.
all right,
So impressive.
great.
Did you?
I hope that's right.
Push it for the 10 minutes.
So. So I'll try to find a couple more members, based on that. Are there any other, anyone else have any other suggestions or recommendations?
I mean, I
Or-
think that's awesome if Herb is interested, especially he's a past member and he was a
And
very
he's
good
from
member.
Waldo.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's Waldo.
And that would make it,
Yeah, that would make it nice.
better.
Yeah, and then, if Thorndike, have they had another meeting to replace Jeff yet? Do we know?
I don't know. I
That
don't
would
know.
put him down to 2.
Well, they must have had another meeting because, I mean.
Cause
he
what,
announced
it's
it
Maine
way
and Maine
back
would
when.
run with just 2?
Yeah,
I don't know, so, but I mean, if they don't wish to fill that seat,
right,
then at that point, that's when I'd start looking elsewhere.
right. Okay,
But you were thinking the first one would be the Montville person that lost the coin toss?
Only because that's,
well, I was thinking.
that was a tie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he already applied, and was interested.
Yeah.
Low hanging fruit.
If Thornton declares and Doug's not interested, Chris Staples also ran from Searsman.
Oh,
He was
yes,
also in the
he
offing.
was also on the ballot, Chris
Yeah.
Staples.
Yeah, he
And then
was,
you also have Laura Greeley from Freedom, that was also on. the
Yeah.
ballot.
yeah,
Oh, good.
they both received 1 vote each, Laura Greeley,
Huh.
and Christopher Staples.
We'll
And
give
then
you their phone numbers before you leave.
there was another person too, a Troy Select person, Rick Montana. So those 3 each got 1 vote. And it was, yeah, Douglas Thomas. From Montville that received 4 votes.
Oh, cool.
That's good, good.
All right, so last year's process was a little bit labored, I think.
We have ideas.
That was a tough one. And in the past budget committee meetings I've been in, we limited it to a couple of meetings. And we pretty much wrapped it up, I think last year. I don't know how many we had, 6 meetings or something like, it seems like I was living here. But I was afraid you're gonna charge me rent.
I had my ruler, I was gonna, yeah. It's also a boomerang.
And I did take a quick look at the budget. I didn't look at all of the detail, but the big increases are in the sheriff and then the jail.
Right, just to throw a monkey wrench in, just so, for full clarity. And it always seems like, oh my gosh, why is this happening just before the budget committee? So the DA's office reached out to us the other day. God bless the DA's office with all that went on last year, if you recall. So remember, in the DA's office specifically, they have certain technology that goes through the state that only they have. And it's always very expensive and so on and so forth. Generally, they get the bill in January so that it could be put in the budget. They received the bill like September 13th. You have it in front of you. And it's an increase, ladies and gentlemen, of $15,300. Yeah. I mean, they were so upset over it when they told us, and it's like, it is what it is. We will put it onto the budget committee, but I mean, they just, they did a really great job with their budget this year, and they took a lot of heat last year, and so the last thing you want is to now come to you with another 15,300.
Yeah.
But again, that's where I get on my soapbox, but full, like, state sends the bill in September. So there's your heads up on that.
I'm not seeing the 15,000.
Is it a combination?
It's
thing?
the,
It's
yeah,
a combination of the two, Tammy.
Oh, okay. All right.
The top one, an increase of
gotcha.
7,190, and the other one is an 8,140.
Okay.
And this is so new, it is not reflected in this budget. So when you look at your front summary page, it is not reflected in here.
So now it says it's an increase. The increase is not reflected, but
Yeah,
the base, they have some kind of a base rate in there.
Right, the current amount
Oh, the current amount.
Yeah.
Okay,
they budgeted for.
gotcha.
that they budgeted for, and then September 13th is when they received the bill from the state. Yeah, it is. Oh.
It's a little irresponsible,
No,
considering, the state's on a crunch too.
I know. But we wanted to make sure you had that information ahead of time, but you're well aware that it is not.
Anything else?
You're right.
Anything else?
Is there anything else, guys, we need to tell them? No.
So far.
You were like, I don't think so.
You did get the email about the other corrections like 2 weeks ago, and I do have that paperwork here for you.
But and you sent it out. So
I emailed it to you and I said that I would hand out hard copies tonight.
okay. I printed it.
Oh.
You're better than me. I was waiting for that.
All right, I guess to talk about the budget process, when do we want to, as a group, get back together? And what should our next 2 meetings be? When should we schedule our next 2 meetings? And we normally do that in November.
Well, folks, we've sat through these and worked through these, I myself, for 20 years, and I've found that the later you get in the season, the closer to yucky weather and holidays, people start to get a little grumpy. I know I do.
We have these.
And well, yeah, over the years, I mean, there's been years that we'll do like 2 Friday nights, and then the third meeting is the public the public hearing, or historically in the past, we've done day-long Saturday meetings. I know it sounds nuts, But with all of our schedules, it's like, well, okay, so that's up to you. I just recommend sooner than later because
And when you say sooner, you mean November or?
No,
Sooner than-
last year, we left last year
Yeah,
asking them to produce early. They did what we asked. Thank you very much.
Yes,
And we were going to have our meetings in October and be done
before Thanksgiving,
before Thanksgiving, well before Thanksgiving.
yeah,
That's where we left off.
we can do this, Bob.
okay.
It's just one Saturday you can't go hunting. No. Oh, Carrie,
So I just wanna say, we've also talked as department heads, and the department heads are also under the understanding that we are going to try to get this done.
Push it forward.
Push it forward, yes, and we're prepared to meet. Another thing I just wanna mention that was brought up at one point were time limits
Yes.
to our department heads as well. And kind of planning on that. So when we write the agenda up, we can kind of plan on, you know, let's say that our EMA director has 30-minute time lot. You have his full presentation, his explanation, his budget. So maybe he needs 10 minutes and then you guys have 20 minutes to discuss. So kind of really narrowing down your time frame and then even timing that particular department head for that period of time. So that we're not, so that it's not following into 3 and 4 hour discussions about one department.
There were some presentations that had to continue, for a long period of time,
I know.
so.
well, I mean, you'll never be denied the opportunity
Sure.
to ask
Right.
questions or review, go back and review something, but
Right.
we're just trying to keep it more on track and as I say, Bob, you remember historically in the past, if you guys decide to do like a Thursday night or a Friday night or something like that, we could say, okay, we're gonna do 3 budgets or 4 budgets or however you want to do it, but that way we can, plan ahead.
It's also more respectful of the department heads, because last year there were way too many of them that sat here all day and we never even got to them.
Right.
True.
That's
Right.
disrespectful. We
Yeah.
don't
True.
want to do that again.
Yep.
That's right.
I mean,
I was wondering if we shouldn't plan a meeting that's just our committee. Go through this document is already prepared for us, right? Every department head has their explanation sheets in here of their
Mhm.
changes. If we met as a committee, went through this, saw collectively the areas that we were most interested in questioning,
Mhm.
that gives us some baseline information for then how to plan who we think we're gonna need more time with and who we don't need as much time with.
You guys up for that? We're
Mary's
complicating.
Mary's like,
Or do you want to just jump in on the department heads?
I've gone through almost the whole book, with the exception of jail, because my printer wasn't talking to my computer. So I haven't had a chance to go through that, but I did see the increase, over the increase. I know we're gonna have a healthy discussion there.
Mhm.
And yes, there is dialogue here that we didn't have last year that's very helpful. And I'm just gonna speak from my own experience with my own town. In my town, when we do the budget review, and we do a line by line review, the department heads want the opportunity to make a presentation.
Point, right.
Because they've worked hard on this. This is their life and their department and their people, and they kind of feel like they've been short shrifted if we don't give
Spend
them that
time.
opportunity.
So you're saying that we get together as a group,
It's fine, but I don't think it replaces giving the department heads the opportunity to say something, as long as we have Natasha on a time limit.
well, she wasn't the only one. The sheriff
She was
also
she
went
was the
on a
worst.
lot. But I wasn't intending to say that we weren't gonna meet with anyone at all. It was just that we could decide that we might need an hour and a half for the DA's office and we only need a half an hour for probate.
How about if we, because we are early this year, how about if we just cut that into 2 separate, have half of them one meeting and half of them another meeting. And that gives everybody, you don't have to have people sitting here all day and then maybe not get to them. And, you know, they'll have their scheduled time.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely.
I think that's a good,
But that's what we had last year. We had the agendas had like 4 or 5 different, you know, people listed and it was just out the
Well,
window because we spent so
but
much time
if
on.
we put the thing is, we should put a time limit on these then.
But
you
they're
know,
not all equal.
They are,
Well, well.
but we can
if
set a
you-
time
you can
limit
set a time
based on
limit
what we think it
based-
would take.
Right, and then if they need longer, then we can adjust accordingly.
That's why I thought we
But-
should meet just ourselves first to decide who we thought we needed to meet longer with.
What if you
Well,
guys
they-
correspond back and forth? I hate to say this by like an email chain. Or something like that, because I mean, you're absolutely right. I'm thinking to myself, like EMA, probate, deeds, they're all like
Short
great,
and fast,
easy
yeah.
departments that you blow through. You know, and you guys can probably talk and just be like, well, we need maybe 20 minutes on each of those, but.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's your
Well,
meeting.
we can set up
Right.
who we think, like you're saying, then we can set up who will go be quick and easy. And put them in first.
Okay, so we've had a bunch of ideas. Let's figure out what we wanna try to do. I would suggest that we each go through the budget. And in our own minds, figure out how much time we think it'll take for each of the departments. We can email back and forth. I hate text.
The only
Yes.
thing I'm
No,
gonna,
yeah,
the only thing I'm gonna recommend is. How do I say, poop or get off the pot? Because guess what? If you guys are all right yapping away back and forth for a week or so,
Yeah, that's
you know,
not
trying to figure out how much time we need for what, and then all of a sudden. You're gonna say, Barb, you gotta notify this and this and this department. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I'm not trying to pressure you, but I'm just saying,
It's not gonna work.
you have 3 or 4 big departments, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
what they
Right.
are.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanna say like tonight, okay, we're gonna set up
Do
this
that.
date or this date.
Yeah.
And we know that at least one of those departments has gotta be discussed at that time. Or multiple times or something like that.
I'm just gonna say something here. These meetings are supposed to be open to the public
Mhm.
and recorded. Okay, so the more you're emailing
Yeah.
to each other,
It's
the
not
more you're doing
Yeah,
things
you're right.
privately.
And
Not
that's,
going to
and that's
pass.
also public.
you beat me to it. Yeah, I guess that's what I was gonna say too.
Right.
We're running illegal meetings if
Yeah.
we're
Right,
just
so
discussing.
as chairman,
Right.
you cut the time, you know, you can keep it moving. Okay, and instead of having to drag on or want to go over every single detail, let's be realistic.
Right.
Where last time I don't think was realistic. So let's work it that way. So it's all public. You're have a meeting and that's what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
And I think that way you're not gonna run into violating statutes.
So.
So you can kind of see
Mr.
from your
Chair.
budget.
So I mean, like, just the first 9 departments. From EMA down as far as the sheriff, there's 9 departments, and I'm looking at all those going 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 20. Do you know what I mean? Those, you know. Then you've got the sheriff's department, you got the comm center. Those were a lot of discussion. Advertising and promo. Who knew we could beat that one around as good as we did? Audit's easy. Debt service, there is none. Interest, we're right back to where we were historically, less than we asked for before. Yeah, your eyes will roll when you hear what it used to be. So I mean, as I say, I could easily, Bob, I'd grab some of these and either make it, talk amongst yourselves. Do you want to do it at several evenings? Or do you want to do it like a whole Saturday? I mean, what's your days look like? You've got animals.
Oh, I can work around that. I'm pretty good. I have a daughter. that
So
goes out.
it's up to you.
Okay,
Set your
so let's see,
schedule.
look, did you have a point you were trying to make, Mary?
Yes, I had a question I wanted to ask
Okay,
for everybody's benefit. And you kind of directed part of it. My question for the group is, do you want to knock off the easy ones in the first session?
Look at everybody,
And
yeah.
then when we're warmed up, go for the hard ones.
We need a sense
Yeah.
of accomplishment. Get demoralized.
or do we want to just pick one hard one to have on that first session?
No, no, no.
No, no,
No,
no.
you want to slowly ease into it, like,
Yes.
oh, this was fun.
All right, so I think that's a good idea, Mary.
I just think it will warm us up. We have
Yep.
some new members.
Yep.
It's for people who, aren't fanatics and didn't already do the whole book. It gives them a chance to,
Yep. So let's pick a date for the first one.
so we need to determine a day of the week for starters before I can answer date questions.
Well, yeah, no, day of the week or date or, let me get this calendar.
I
here.
do have a hard time getting here at Friday, about 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
I'm
one?
sorry,
Yes.
I just should relay to you that Wesley Norton did send an email saying that he would prefer Friday nights to Saturday, but he already has commitments September 27 and 28, October 4th and 5th, and October 11th and 12th. And I just said I'd share that.
Well, anyway, okay,
I did my diligence.
so here is October. Anybody?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to
Yeah.
put that? Here.
You have to-
That's okay. So you can.
You can do that Vanna White thing.
Oh, no, I
Is there
can't.
a reason why,
You see that? Okay.
is there a reason why weeknights don't work for anybody?
I think
was-
historically, it's been selectmen's meetings that,
Oh,
It
like
doesn't- it doesn't work.
Mine
It
is
doesn't
Monday
work for
morning,
me.
so I'm good.
Oh, my God, what a great idea, huh?
Friday nights don't work for me at all.
Okay, no Friday nights.
I'm booked up almost.
Can we pick a Saturday? Is that what is Saturday?
I'm
for everybody?
prepared for
I'm
Saturdays,
preparing for Saturdays as well.
As long as we be
with the
hard
exception of
stops
indigenous
by
people
like
this weekend.
4:30 on a Saturday.
I was gonna say 4, but.
4 is good.
Okay, so we're gonna pick a Saturday. What Saturday would you guys like to try first?
Well, I think we're gonna have to assume that Wesley's not gonna be able to make it.
And which ones did he say?
Because otherwise, we're almost into November. if we wait.
September 27 and 28, October 4th, 5th, and possibly October 11th and 12th.
That's Indigenous Peoples Weekend, which I don't think we should schedule,
Oh, yeah, that's
the
true.
holiday weekend.
The 19th.
But
The
I'm
11,
not
12,
comfortable
13.
waiting until October 19th
No.
for our
No,
first.
No, I
meeting.
think
I
we
think
should go
we-
to the,
Got what?
the 5th,
fifth.
start on the
The
5th.
Oh, I
Saturday,
like
the
that.
5th.
I like that.
jump right in.
So we have motion to start on the 5th
And one of us.
and a second.
We- Okay. I was willing to go with September 28th.
I was
That's
too,
too
but-
close.
Well, okay.
I don't know how prepared people
I'm
are.
not.
I'm just-
prepared.
After last year, well, that's a week from now. though.
Yeah, I know, but
Okay.
You're not
Yeah,
prepared,
I've
okay.
got other meetings that I'm going. to.
Okay, so
Okay.
we're back to October
Okay.
5th. That's a Saturday.
We have our first meeting October 5th,
And then we
starting
pick the
at,
19th. I can't start before 9.
okay,
Okay, so 9 AM.
Do
9 AM, okay?
9 AM.
Okay, 9 to 4.
We can try that, yeah.
9 to 4, and then are we setting? up the
19th, and then we go to the 19th.
second? Okay,
That was the side.
October 19th.
What was that side?
No, I'm just.
Oh, that-
Last
I have a wedding
year
that
was
day.
traumatic. I just still worry about us going,
I'll bring a timer.
okay, okay. So, no, so 9 to 4 on the 19th too.
Okay, I can't be there on the 19th. I have a wedding
oh,
that I'm in.
You're getting married?
You're right.
Is that an absolute no? that we can't meet?
Absolute
Well,
no.
No, is that a no that we can't meet?
No,
Oh, no, you can, but I just don't want you guys like talking
So
smack
we,
about me.
so
'cause
we
I'm not
don't
here.
want to be planning any county
so I
commissioner
can't do the
line
19th.
items.
you can't do
I
the
can't do the
19th.
19th. Can we do the 26th?
Okay, now we're gonna get into November.
I know, that's why I wanted to start there.
Okay,
I know what-
I think we need to go back to talk
I have
about, can we start on
I'm gonna
Saturday
get
the
married on the
28th?
12th too.
Oh.
The 20.
And somebody else. can-
No, that's okay. We're not talking the 12th anymore.
No,
We're still on October 5th.
okay.
And what's the other, October the 26th?
Well, the night, we got stuck at the 19th and stopped.
I can do the 20.
28th, I
You
can't
can
do
do-
Mondays.
No,
No,
28th was a Saturday.
28th is
You mean
Saturday.
September 28th.
Oh, I can't do September 28th. I don't have, I can't.
All right. Let me throw this out at you.
Okay. So,
What if you did a Friday night, your easy ones, like Mary said, to kind of work your way into it, and then the Saturday is the boom.
Well,
Back to back or skipping a week?
18th and 19th.
What do you-
4th and 5th.
4th and
Oh.
5th, 18th and 19th, I mean,
Yeah.
I can't do 18th and 19th.
okay,
In
I
the
can't do,
end, evening,
I can't do
4th.
the 18th and the 19th. I can do. I
what
can
about the
go
4th and the
one or
5th?
The 4th and the 5th.
I can't do the 4th and the 5th. I can't do 2 in a row like that
Okay.
because I've got other commitments
how about the 27th?
How about, yeah, the 27th?
of,
I
I
September?
can't do September.
I can't.
Yeah.
do-
Okay, what
I don't
about,
have- I can't do
Tammy, what
September.
about the 11th? Is that, did somebody say, oh, that's,
I can do the
I
11th.
can't do the 11th.
that's a weekend, I apologize.
Oh, that's a.
It's also Yom Kippur. I don't know if it applies to anybody, but that's,
Well, I
Oh,
don't
certainly.
understand. Why can't we go into November?
No, we can, but we were trying to get this
Done.
Wrapped up.
wrapped up
Oh,
before
okay.
then, Tammy, that's all. And it's a lot easier when it's still fairly fresh. What other evening during the week is convenient for you folks?
Can we, is everyone up
Wednesday
for
or
a
Thursdays.
Wednesday?
I can do Wednesdays or Thursdays. I don't know
Wednesdays?
about-
I can do Wednesdays. I can't
Thursday,
do Thursdays.
every other Thursday is the select board meeting.
I can't do that.
Okay. So let's look at the
What's Wednesday?
Wednesdays. So far tentatively, you're October 5th. Do you want to shoot for the 2nd or maybe the 9th?
9th.
I can't do the 9th. Waldo Broadband Corporation.
Oh, for
Oh.
God's sakes.
Sorry.
Second's good, no? No, okay. Tammy can't do the 2nd.
Could anybody zoom in?
I hate Zoom,
Um,
but that's just.
I know.
just a thought, just.
It can zoom in, but the thing is, I think it's much better when.
How about
Yeah.
the 16th?
physically, you know,
16th is okay.
and try to avoid the zoom in as much as we can.
What about the 7th? It's a Monday night.
Somebody has.
I can't do Monday nights
I can
because
do
I have
it
other
minor in the
meetings.
morning.
And I can't do Tuesday
do 8
nights
a.m.
because I
in the
have
morning.
other meetings.
And Wednesday, the 25th of September is too soon for you.
That's too soon. for
And
me,
Wednesday,
yes.
the 2nd is also too soon
Yes.
of October.
Yes, because I have other commitments that I'm trying to.
And we only do ours on the 2nd and the 4th Mondays. So if we did the 7th, that would be the first Monday.
I can't
would
do
be
the
fine.
7th. So
You can't.
Okay, so we're with the 5th anyhow.
We still got
For our
the
first
5th.
meeting.
5th,
We still have the 5th,
All
everyone.
right,
Still good.
So-
October
Going,
9th,
going.
Wednesday? Does that,
Ninth?
I can't do it.
you can't, okay.
How about the 16th?
Pardon, the 16th?
16th?
Yes, I can. I could do the 16th, Wednesday.
16th,
I can do the 16th.
16th,
What time?
9 to 4.
Oh, no, 16th is a Wednesday. So
Yes.
it would be
Yeah.
more an evening.
Evening.
In the evening,
Six.
that's fine. I'm up for evening.
6.
Do you wanna start earlier?
Yes.
The problem is, if we're doing, saving the hard ones for
Yeah,
later,
Yes.
we're giving it the
You
short
guys just
shift.
bit yourself in the toe, because you got this October 5th all day.
Mm.
And unless,
Okay, we may switch it. Let's
Well,
get,
then-
let's try to get the days.
and,
Okay.
unless you
Now,
only,
is everybody good Wednesday, the 16th in the evening,
Yes,
Wednesday,
I am.
16th,
yes,
6 to 9?
6
To 9. Okay.
6 to 9.
Okay. October 16th, 6.
I can't do it, that's all right, yeah. I
Why?
mean, I have 2 meetings scheduled by Zoom.
You can sit right in the little back room.
On the 3rd Wednesday. 5:30 to 9.
What about the 23rd? Or is that not good?
It's another Wednesday.
The 23rd.
That may be
It's
something
just
that
the
we need to
third-
save for.
It's just the third Wednesday that I have. a problem.
Okay, and we definitely determined that we can't do Saturday the 19th.
No, I can't.
I can't.
What about Saturday, the 26th?
I thought, oh,
I
that's
can
not
do
your
that
wedding?
one.
I
No,
can
the
do that one.
19th
The
is my
19th,
wedding.
that's your wedding.
But I mean, I'm just thinking if you
October
did-
26th,
I can
Saturday.
do the
I can
26th.
do the 26th.
If you
I
did the
could do
26th, that would be the 16th, and then the 26th would be the all day.
I can do, yeah, I can do the 26th.
So we've got a 5th, a 16th and a 26th.
No, I think we get rid of the 5th now.
No, no,
No?
No,
Yes?
no,
no,
no.
Okay.
no.
That could be our first easy day.
Okay, so there's 2 long days and an evening.
Yeah,
But the nice thing is, if we get a lot of work done on the first 2 days, we can always cancel the last day. Or
Sure.
we can make that the day that we have the,
we wrap
Well,
everything up.
when do we have to do the public hearing?
I've gotta have 2 weeks' notice.
2 weeks,
To get
yeah.
it in by law to get it into the paper.
Oh, okay.
However,
10 days
Fine.
if we schedule these meetings now, because that's what
Yeah,
Right.
we
Right.
ran into last year, we had already had the date scheduled for the
Right.
public hearing, which made it nice.
Right.
yeah.
So I mean, 2 whole days and an evening.
So we've got 2.5 days
Yeah.
worth of work, or two days and 3 hours worth of work that we can get done.
Yeah.
So. If everybody's okay, let's go with October
Okay.
5th from 9 to 4, October 16th from 6 to 9, and October 26th from 9 to 4.
Yep.
Yep.
Everybody okay?
We
We
are.
are,
And what was it? The
Yeah, we are.
26th?
Too bad.
Yeah.
we're good.
And 94 again, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the public hearing
Conceivably, we could schedule that.
is if we had our act together, it's not a long thing. It's a short thing.
Conceivably, the public
Conceivably,
hearing
yes.
was just in and out.
It's like a formality.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
It was a half hour.
If anybody wanted to, ask questions that wasn't,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So conceivably, we could schedule the public hearing for November 8th.
That's the Belfast Area Chamber of Commerce Annual Dinner Award Ceremony.
You can bring us dinner.
Can't do that one.
Um,
I have some problems when we get into November.
The 9th.
Well, see, that's why we need to, let's look at, a public
Okay.
hearing is gonna be
Do
what,
it.
10 business days from our
14?
last meeting.
Oh,
Can we do it the
Well, we have to
9th?
get it in the paper 10 days before.
Yeah, but it would be nice if we could schedule it now that
Sure,
we've done it
sure,
all.
and I can.
Could it
yes.
happen on the 9th?
Well, pardon me,
Could the public hearing happen on the 9th?
the 9th of November?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I mean, it could happen in the evening or anything like that.
okay,
Because
I like the
it
9th.
really should just be a short thing.
Yeah.
right.
a couple hours at the
Not
most.
even
Right, it
No,
shouldn't
it
be
never,
very
it
long.
never used to be,
Yeah,
but,
hours.
so you wanna
It
plan on,
wasn't that long last year.
Yeah, it was just, there was confusion that made it seem worse
Yeah.
last year.
so do we wanna have Barb pencil in November 9th is the public hearing?
do you want, and do we
Oh,
want to
no.
do the public hearing on a weekend? Or
sorry.
do we want to do it during the week?
But Mary can't do it on the
So
Friday night.
I can't do it Friday night, but I can do it on a Wednesday night.
I can't do November 9th. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
what
I
about
was-
Mary, I've lost.
For the public hearing, I'm thinking in the evening, like
4.
6 or 7 o'clock for an hour.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. And what date works for everybody? 13th,
6th,
6.
6th?
Yeah.
November 6th.
Okay.
Do we have a 10 day? Do we hit the 10 day with that?
If we
I think
stick to
she's
the
okay.
schedule, I would know already and can send it.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just wondering if we stick to this, like, we can pull the trigger and cancel it and reschedule it.
We
If
did
we-
last year.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Okay,
Let's do it. November 6th
November
is the
6th.
public hearing,
public hearing.
6 p.m.
Everybody okay with that?
Yep.
All right.
And we go out to Darby's after.
Yes, probably before. Maybe that's the problem.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, so I think we've established at least the
That-
days.
Fabulous.
Okay, now, can we take a look at what we want to
Yes.
try to accomplish during
Yes.
those days? So you had some suggestions about knocking off some easy ones?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're good.
October 5th. So your October 5th meeting, which is an all-day meeting. October 5th.
Yeah.
I truthfully, guys, I think you got too many meetings scheduled. I don't think you need them.
Well, that's all
Well,
right.
that
You
would be
can cancel.
good.
Well, yeah, no, that's good. I mean, let's look at them. You've got EMA as your first
So
one. There's-
EMA isn't easy.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
That'd be on the fifth.
DA's office, 20 minutes.
That's the,
What?
she won't even get
DA's
her
office is
first
20
sentence
minutes.
out. I think DA is under the long column.
No, yeah. Skip to county commissioners. You guys wanna
Commissioners,
go or do you
And
wanna?
that's in the
we're
first
right
day.
here, we can answer it. HR, Annette will be here. She can
Yeah,
answer
that's
anything.
easy.
Finance is right here.
Yeah,
Facilities,
that's a long one.
yep, we can have Chris right there.
Well,
No, that's a long
No.
one. Let's try to get all the easy short ones quicker.
registry.
Okay, so you don't want facilities?
I don't think so.
You
That was a
know-
long one.
It was a long one, but it wasn't that
Contentious.
contest, yeah. I mean, that was his first year at it last
Yeah.
year.
And-
And we
and
went
the
through and we
department,
said,
yeah.
hey,
Right,
what about getting rid of that,
yeah.
what do you
I-
call it? Blue horse or whatever they
Yeah.
got over there.
Confident this year.
Okay, so,
Yeah,
It'll be more confident this year.
yeah.
I mean,
I'd say let's keep it in.
okay, that's fine,
Are
okay.
you okay with that, Mary?
No,
You're grumping
I'm
around.
not. I think we can knock off all the easy ones the first day.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let's hold that one out. So technology, October 5th. Registry of Deeds,
Yeah.
October 5th.
Yeah,
Probate,
Yeah.
October 5th.
Yeah,
skip
Uh,
down to advertising and promotion.
Advertising and promotion, October 5th. Audit,
Audit.
October 5th.
Nothing, debt service.
Debt
nothing.
service is nothing. Interest, October 5th.
yeah.
University of Maine
Yeah.
Extension,
Yeah,
that October 5th, Mary?
yeah.
Okay.
and the soil and water.
Benefits,
Was that soil and water, yes or no?
I'd rather hold on, benefits has kind of a big jump. I'd rather that we had more,
Isn't benefits one that you all have,
yeah.
that you all, isn't benefits one that you all do, we don't?
no,
It is
we
reduced,
still.
okay.
We look at it all.
Okay. Okay.
So do you want benefits that night too, October
Now
5th?
let's skip and go to water, soil and water,
Soil and water?
records for, then just the last three there, there's nothing.
Reserves. Yeah, that's because we don't want anything, Mary.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay,
9, 10, 13. It's 260 minutes if each one does 20
Oh.
minutes.
Divided by,
That's nice.
we're here for nine, I
60.
think we're here from 9 to 4,
Yeah,
so what's it break down to?
just like 4 hours and 20 minutes, so.
Well, we know that
we're
somebody's,
not gonna-
somebody's gonna go longer,
It's not
or
gonna be
to talk
20
about
minutes
something.
each. And we're gonna.
Well, and that's
break for
just,
lunch.
that's what we're limiting their presentation to. Not
Yeah,
necessarily.
right,
We'll let them present, we'll ask a lot of questions, or we won't ask a lot of
right,
questions.
so it's 7 hours, there's lunch in there.
Mhm.
So we might get done at 3:30.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
we
what's
don't
the
have to
worst
stay
thing that
till
can happen?
4.
You finish early, or you've got more questions, you can review stuff. Okay, so that's October 5th.
Yeah,
The next date is
The
October
Wednesday
16th.
evening.
Can I read them just to make sure I have
Yes.
them? EMA, Commissioners, HR, Finance, Technology, Deeds, Probate, Advertising and Promotion, Audit, Debt Service, Interest, the Cooperative Extension, Soil and Water, Records Preservation and Reserves. Did I miss anything?
Grant writer.
Oh, when that isn't even, we need to put that off there.
Oh,
did you
Sorry.
get,
Totally, we get
did
rid
you
of
get
that
the
totally?
district attorney?
Why didn't you get the
No,
DA?
no,
I thought you
because
said
we're not
we didn't-
doing
We're gonna
that
do
day.
her
for
another
GA.
time.
We're gonna do her another time?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so we'll pick, all right, all
Thanks
right.
for letting me reread that.
Yeah, thank you for checking.
Okay, so there's your October 5th,
So then we have Wednesday, the 16th from 6 to 9
from
PM.
6 to 9. What do you wanna figure, like 2?
I noticed at last year, at the very last thing we did was the jail, and I thought. When we did the jail, I learned a lot more about the DA. From doing the jail, so I really didn't think that it seems to me it makes sense to put those two together,
Yeah, I agree. I think so too.
The jail and the DA.
but.
Carrie?
I just wanna add also with the jail that there's some finance in there, components. There is health benefit components in there, and you have facility components in there as well. So some of us will also need to return if you have any questions pertaining to finance, employee benefits.
Well, you have to be here for all of it.
I do,
anyway.
yes, but I'm just saying HR will need to be here for the health benefit piece. Chris, who's our facilities director, will.
Do
need
you
be
want to
here.
do
Well, then,
DA, facilities and jail?
And the sheriff will have to come back. Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just trying,
DA facilities and jail.
yeah,
That's a heavy load for Wednesday night.
well, that's what, that sounds like that should be a Saturday.
It's
I was
actually
thinking
work.
I mean,
Yeah.
really, that should be a Saturday, because that is gonna take a long time.
So could you
It may.
do, can I throw this out there?
Sure.
Do your comm center for the 5th?
The 5th.
Sorry, the
no, that's
16th.
fall.
Oh,
The
okay.
16th.
16th, sorry. And that would give you a couple hours with the comm center, and I don't know what other one, and then you could put the sheriff, jail, facility and DA together
On the Saturday.
on that
Mhm.
Saturday.
Comm center and employee benefits,
Oh.
if you guys are
Oh.
happy. Who else needs to be here for?
I mean, Chris is nearby. We could easily say to Chris, you know, you gotta come in the evening here and for a while on Saturday. I mean, it's no different than the sheriff is gonna have to come 2 separate times. 'Cause he
Now, who
represents-
prepares that budget? Does Chris prepare that portion of the budget? Or does the sheriff prepare it?
He does with the
With
sheriff.
Chris.
With him.
Okay,
Yeah. Um,
so where are we right now as a potential suggestion, do the district attorney and the comm center?
no, we want
No,
the DA
no,
with the jail.
Carrie's suggestion was the
DA
conference
with
on
the
Wednesday.
So
Yeah.
we do on the 16th, October 16th, we do the comm center. We do benefits, employee benefits. Um. And. Cause I don't think you'll need the entire, obviously, 3 hours for those, but I mean, at that point. That's a good stopping point, where if you had things that you needed to reflect on. That we've already gone over,
the
you
5th or
have
something,
other
right.
questions,
I like
what do you think?
I like
that idea.
So
So you're
that
talking-
Wednesday night, the 16th, we'll do two sections,
We'll do the comm
Comm
center
center.
and we'll do the employee benefits,
employee benefits.
and then there's
Then
time for
on
question and
the
answer.
Saturday the
26th.
16th. Oh, I'm sorry, not this.
Wednesday the
No, I'm right on the wrong, yeah. 26th, Saturday the 26th.
Saturday, the 26th, we'll do
The
the
DA,
jail, the
DA.
DA
And the sheriff?
and the
Yeah.
sheriff.
Yeah,
and facilities.
Oh, yeah.
right.
Oh, right.
And the reason we're doing that is because facilities. have the
Carries
seats
over.
in both.
Yes, quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So on the
Okay, what was
26th,
the
the 26th is gonna be a long day. You've got the jail, you've got the sheriff's department. You've got facilities and you've got the DA's
Yeah.
office.
So you got 94 and Dawn.
Yeah.
So then where's human resources and all?
They will not
The
go
main
there.
resources.
That was the
Those are
first
all gonna
one.
go for the 5th.
You guys up for all that?
Yeah, I like that.
So,
So
That
can
cover all?
we have you read down what days, what, to make sure I have. the
I can, let me
dates.
try
I wanna make
to
sure.
repeat it.
I'm gonna make
All
sure I
right,
have.
so on the fifth,
Yep,
we're gonna do 10-10 emergency management.
yep,
We're gonna do 10-20 commissioners.
yep,
We're gonna do 10-21 humane resources.
Yep.
We're gonna do 10-25 finance office.
yes,
We're gonna do 10-35 information technology, 10-65 registry of deeds, 10-70 probate, 10-80 advertising, 10-90 audit, 2,000 interest, 2005 U of Maine extension, and 2035 soil and water.
correct.
On the,
I don't know if that's records preservation and
Records and
reserves.
reserves.
Because
but there's
I
nothing
don't-
in records.
Yeah, there's
preservation.
nothing in either one of them, so I don't even count them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Did you say employee benefits?
I did not,
No.
because it's
Oh,
16.
right, sorry, I read.
All
that
right,
wrong.
so now I'm gonna go on the 16th.
Okay,
We've got two that we're really doing on the 16th. It's the dispatch, 1076, and it is employee benefits 2025.
Right.
correct.
Okay,
2025.
yeah,
Let's see, I thought we had.
We changed it.
Okay. And.
then on the 26th, we're gonna do 1015 district attorney, 1030 facilities management, 1075 sheriff, and in the jail.
Does it matter to you what order they are in as long as they just show up that day?
It doesn't matter to me. How about anybody else on the committee? Does it matter? I mean, would somebody want to listen to district attorney before you listen to the jail? Or vice versa or anything like that? I don't care.
And I'm sure there's gonna be some, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These,
Back and forth.
what, when they're available to. I just didn't know if that mattered to you or not. I thought I'd better ask. You know. But this is good amount of time.
And I do wonder if we maybe should start with facilities management on that Saturday. Give us an idea of how he
I would
thinks,
like that.
how he
think
works
that's
through
I
it.
would like.
And then
that.
when we get down to the sheriff and the jail, any facilities management questions, we'll have already gotten a little bit of input from Chris.
He's kind of part of all
Yeah,
of it.
So, yeah, good idea.
Something to think about with the deal. Waldo County is a check writing county because we don't have any facilities to house the prisoners. So this routine we had, we could knock on a few doors, get a good price, about $850,000. Well, guess what? Two Bridges has decided we're not gonna lose the money anymore. That bill was going to go from 850, well, $1,000,003. With no
from
doors
850,000 to 1,000,003. So that's the big jump in the.
Yeah, it's a
jail.
big jump and it's just, it's a figure that's completely out of our control.
So let me ask a question. Now, the jail is supposed to be capped, right, by legislature. Is this capped?
Well, it's kept to, I guess, a certain extent. But there's always,
There's
Right,
always
it's
stuff
about that.
that sticks out of the cap.
yeah, but the Two Bridges thing, they've lost money for years. And they have to do a major renovation. And the finance committee at Two Bridges had a meeting. Everybody moved into the same slot as far as costs go. So when we go from 850 to $1,000,003, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
And it shows up to a lot of money on the chart, but there's no doors to knock on.
And we can't move more prisoners into our facility?
No, no, no.
We can't lose some of the prisoners from our facility earlier?
No, believe me, when I say Major Porter has tried to think of everything possible, and then there's just having a meeting today on that, and there's just no way around it. It's a tough pill to swallow, but how do you like to swallow a pill to build your own jail?
Well,
That'd be a cost that would be able to,
What struck me last year when they were doing the presentation on the jail, and that's why I mentioned I learned about the DA's office way after the fact. Was the fact that the vast majority of people in the jail hadn't even had their day in court. yet.
Right.
oh, yeah.
I mean, that was
Still
the
behind,
big problem, if you
That's why it's
remember.
always interesting
There were
to
like
talk
of
to the
hundred
DA.
and thirty some odd people, 9 of them had actually already been through the courts. It was ludicrous.
We hire a couple of people to keep track of those people.
But, and my understanding, anyone in this room, please correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding was that we actually have little discretion in budgeting in order to beef up, say, the DA process, that that's more of a state mandated thing. The problem is the state isn't allocating enough resources for us to have enough DAs to be able to handle this ridiculous backlog. I mean, the dysfunction is coming down from the state. And
I'm into that. I agree with you. They can find money for everything else but the jail.
jeez,
Yeah. After our last budget meeting, I got a summons to go to be on jury duty, and I figured, oh, the DA's getting back at me. But I think it was just normal.
wow.
I figured I would come to the class as a sheriff.
Okay, we've done our agenda.
We haven't gotten it done, yeah.
As you look through your binders before your meetings, as always, if there's something that you find that's missing, that you need, that you want, holler. Okay.
Is it
So-
okay for us to submit questions, like if we know that we're meeting with a particular, say something, registry of deeds, I'm sure there's nothing, but if there was something in the registry of deeds and we
Yeah,
wanted
we
to
saw.
ask a specific question, could we email Barb the question to pass on?
Yeah,
Of
if
course.
we could have an answer.
As long as it's not like secretive or confidential or anything
Right.
like that.
No, I was just thinking, so that
Yeah,
the
just
people giving the
general that-
presentation is
that you
gonna
asked.
come knowing that, oh, there's this.
She's got a question about this. If you've got a question about that.
On something like that, could all of us be copied?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because.
As long as we don't discuss it, then it doesn't.
Make sure
Right,
all
just
aware
that
of-
we all know.
You don't,
what's
you
going
can't
on.
reply, you can't go back and
Right,
forth.
correct.
Make sure you're all aware.
That
Why,
way we know, if we have that same question, then we'll get it. Makes sense.
Okay, well, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll second that.
So moved. Oh.
Who got it?
Wonderful.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to seeing you again.
Don't pack away, I have something else
Excellent.
for you.
Right.
Bob, what was the other number that you needed? Who was the other number? Bob
Oh.
and
You gotta give them a bunch of them, Greeley and
Laura Greeley.
Do
Oh,
you have Doug's number?
I do, I'm gonna give this piece of paper right to you with
Oh,
his
okay,
number on
good.
it.
Thank you, Carrie. Great.
And then. Hardman, is that right?
I don't know.
Okay, let me see if we can find his number.
I got him.
We've already got it.
That's his number.
I've got it. Yeah.
You already have hers,
yeah, I gave
I
it to
have
him.
her.
so Laura,
Laura.
Folks, there's
Really?
piles of cookies over there. You can grab a fistful before you go.
Rick, Montana. Maybe we'll have 12.
and then. And then Chris Staples. Okay, sure. And I have paperwork for all of you, so don't. Oh, yes. This is some of them, and then this is jail, page 1, page 2, and then this is facility.
So the election is November 5th.
Yeah, right.